Hey everyone, for this week's Rockstar Minute, we wanted to discuss something that was brought up from a comment an investor said to us. And they said, they're like, hey, listen, I want to invest in real estate because it's real estate and it doesn't go down. And we got news for you. It does. So in case you were under another impression, you should know that it does. Everything does. Every asset class goes up and down and it goes in waves, right? And especially when things are skyrocketing at like this steep of an incline, there's going to be corrections. And you look over history in different places, that's just kind of the way things go. And look in Canada recently, what's happened in different areas of Canada and Alberta and Saskatchewan, there's been adjustments. They haven't been as major and as scary as some people have made them out to be, but the market doesn't go up forever. That's just the way it goes. So if you think it does, then you may not want to become an investor because it's not guaranteed. But here's the way we look at the prices, and here's why it doesn't really scare us so much, because we invest for cash flow. And our perspective is when you invest for cash flow, then that becomes your safety net in real estate. And the more the cash flow you have, the thicker your safety net, right? So here's the way we look at things. If this is a graph of prices, so we can just put that there, but if this is the price of properties, and the price fluctuates, right? It goes up and down, it goes up slowly, goes up fast, goes down slowly, goes down fast. It moves all over the place, right? We're not too worried about this because we have an asset that's producing income for us, because historically, especially in Ontario with rent controls, historically, what happens with rents is if they start here, they just slowly tick up. And they just kind of keep going up. And that happens really in a lot of areas and in the past. I'm using historic examples, even in Ontario, historic examples during the last real estate really big crash in the early 90s, which impacted our family. This is why we kind of look into this stuff and try to have an understanding of it, is that the rents, because they're held low with rent controls, the rents typically just keep ticking up, right? Very small movement in rent, even if there's a big drop in prices. So if we're able to rent it out for income now or to cover expenses now, well, even if the value of this property changes, like in this example, we're not happy about it, but we have an income stream, right? So then we have this income stream for longer until the properties go back up and goes back down or whatever happens, and then we just hold on to the property and it produces income for us and the asset gets paid off. So it's not really the end of the world for us, and we can't find this type of income stream with other asset classes, which is why we still invest in real estate. But we're not investing thinking that the market's going to go up forever. And we try to explain that to investors. Some people are going to hear us, some people aren't, right? But as long as you're investing smart, you can still do great things in different asset classes. It's not just real estate. We just choose real estate. And I know this is a graph I've used before, but I thought it was important to revisit it based on the comment from that particular investor, because sometimes we lose sight of things in all this kind of, in the Toronto area at least, what we're seeing in real estate is this really strong run up in prices. I know Vancouver's had it for a long time. Toronto's had it for a shorter period of time, but they've had it just as extreme. The rest of Canada really isn't seeing it, right? But it's something to be aware of. And that's why we look at this type of logic for us when we're making our decisions, because nothing goes up forever. But if you invest smartly and over the long term, that's how it's profitable in real estate. And that's the approach we take. And hopefully give you something to think about. Until next time, your life, your terms.